So let's review our last class. So welcome once again, everybody. Let's review what we learned. I think it just started recording. Welcome once again. Let's review what we learned before the holiday begin. For the holiday, yeah, whatever. So where are my icons? All right. So everybody, you should be able to see this. Can you confirm if you can see this WeChat stuff? All right, thank you. So you should have it in your notebook also. So let's just have a preview of what we discussed on 21st of January. A linear equation will be of that form. It is linear simply because the highest power of the variable is 1. We talked about that. The idea of solution is any value of x, so xi equals ci, which satisfies the equation. We also discussed the fact that there may be infinitely many solutions in some cases, and that led us to the idea of parameter. Okay, so we discussed parameter. We'll be working on this a lot either today or next lesson. And this is a general system of linear equation. It is called m by n. Remember, m rows, n columns. M rows, n columns. So the rows are the equations. The columns tells you the number of variables. So this is m by n simply means m equation, n variables. So we need to take note of that. And Mr. Cheng was kind enough to send this to us, and was kind enough to send this to us. Inconsistent. Okay. So the last three things that we discussed before we left is this. An equation can be consistent or inconsistent. When is an equation said to be consistent? As you can see here, okay? A system of linear equation is said to be consistent if it has a solution, okay? If it has a solution, it is consistent. So, but if you do not have a solution, it is inconsistent. And I gave you this problem the last time. You solved it and you were able to get x is 1, y is -1. And for the second one, you were not able to solve anything. So because this gives you at least one solution, it is consistent. But this has no solution, it is inconsistent, okay? Then we have equation that can be regarded as underspecific or overspecific. It is underspecific if you have more variables than the equations, more variables than the equation. So take, for example, the equation, just a minute. Remember, we discussed something, if I get the example, maybe I'll just pick another one. Anyway, I'll just pick another one. So let's say 2x plus 3y equals, let's say, 1. No, I'll do 5 instead. So here x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1 works. Yes? Can we think of another value? No, I think I'll change this side so it can be easily, we can easily think of it. I'll pick another value, please. How about I pick this as 1? Okay, I pick this as 1. You realize that my x equals half, y equals 0 is an equation. Y equals 0, y equals 1/3, right? So I can also have x equal to 0, y equals 1/3 as a solution. So even though this has just one equation, you can see it is still consistent, okay? Because there is at least one solution. So Now, but if you look at it, this equation has two variables, but only one equation. Okay, so that is the kind we are talking about here. Okay, two variables for only one equation. And that is what we mean by this. It is underspecified. Underspecified. Overspecified is when you have more. So we take, for example, I have an equation. I have an equation like, I don't want to waste my 20 slide. I think I'm entitled to just 20 slides. Okay, so I'm not going to waste it too much. So if I have equations like 3a plus b equals 4, a minus b equals 1, 2a plus 3b equals 7, for example. And if there is a solution that satisfies this equation, there is a different thing to talk about it if it is consistent or inconsistent. But is it underspecified or is it overspecified? So this will be overspecified. Okay, this will be overspecified. So that was what we discussed the last time. Did everybody get that? That's recap. All right, thank you guys. So let's move on quickly. So I'm going to open the, can you see my desktop? No. Okay. What are you seeing right now? Is this still the board? Oh, okay, the whiteboard. All right, no problems. Actually, I'm opening the worksheet that I sent to you. So let me change my sharing. Okay, now you should have it. Yes? All right, great. So first question here, let's review this, okay? And at this point, if you are in a place that is kind of noisy, I need you to step away because I want to hear people's view, okay? Preferably your view, not just typing this time, okay? Preferably your view. I want you to explain to me question 1. Why is each of this? I just unmuted everybody. Let's start with 1a. Why is 1a not a linear equation? Okay, somebody said they have construction going on, so it might be too loud. That's okay. That's okay. So you can mute yourself back. I just felt it might be easier to talk than to type. If you think you rather type, then that's okay. But I would prefer somebody talking to me. Let's have it two-way communication. So why is 1a not a linear equation? From your understanding of linear equation, why is this not a linear equation? Who's going to go first? Guys, I'm waiting.
XY, right?
Okay. What do you mean XY?
So in a linear equation, like it's linear because only, like, I guess one thing. I don't know.
Yes, you have to be sure. Mathematicians don't guess. Sorry, I'm trying to bring the heater closer. I'm freezing in here. All right, I'm listening. Mr. Chang.
I'm trying to think of a way to say it.
Right. Yes, let's hear from, but that's nice try. The idea is on XY, but how do you explain it is what I want to hear. The idea is on XY. You're right about that. It's on XY. But what do we say about XY that disqualifies this equation from being categorized as linear?
Variables should not be multiplying each other.
Variables should not multiply each other. Yeah, you're right. Why can't variables multiply each other? Why do you hate them so much? Why are you so mean?
You see, I would explain, but I don't know how.
You're right, actually. I just need more conviction, but you're absolutely right. Okay, you're absolutely right. Yes, more people, please. Can I hear from others, please? Thank you, Ethan. Can I hear from others, please? Or maybe I start assigning points for participation. I think I'm going to do that. Let's start taking notes of who has participated. Oh. If that will make us communicate. Come on, guys, I need you to communicate with me. Mr. Chain. Yes, who's talking to us? Hello, can you hear me? Really? The Wi-Fi is not good and you can see my video? Oh, sorry about that. Okay, how about others? I'm sure not everybody has a Wi-Fi problem. Even the cat lady. I heard your cat loud and clear. Guys, let's be fast. We have a lot to do, so we don't want to waste too much time going around this and all that. So please, let's be fast. Okay, I'm just going to go through with this quickly. So he has actually said almost everything that needs to be said. XY is a problem. For an equation to be linear, each term has to be linear. This is linear because the highest power here is 1. This is linear, the highest power is 1, but this is not linear. This term is quadratic. So this is the problem. Does everybody get that? Can I get a yes or no, please? Thank you. Please, I need you to communicate. This is supposed to be a two-way communication. The fact that we are home doesn't mean we cannot speak. After all, we speak in class, okay? So please, I need more from you guys, not just hiding behind your phone or maybe computer and just typing. I need communication, all right? So please, I don't know what people are really scared of talking. After all, you talk on phone, you talk on FaceTime, so please, that's the least you could do is to talk to me here. Better than typing all the time. Okay, let's look at the second one. What seems to be the problem? What seems to be the problem? Okay, there is a power greater than 1. Yes, exactly. There's a power greater than 1. So let's look at the third one.
The power has to be 1.
The power has to be 1, and yeah.
Y is to the power of half.
Yes, that's the problem. Thank you very much for that. Now, can we find a solution set for each of the following? So let's start with this. Find the solution set for 1A, write it on a piece of paper, and post it on the WeChat group. So I'm going to open the WeChat group now. Find the solution set and post it on the WeChat. Can you see the WeChat yet? Can everybody see the WeChat? Okay, good. So post it on the WeChat group, find a solution set for that problem. All right, I just want to make sure the WeChat is open. Okay, so this is the question. 8x minus y equals 3. Find the solution set and post it on the WeChat group. Then try the second one once you finish the first one. Try the third one once you are done with the second one.
Is the solution set just x and y, or is it a bunch?
Yes. You could give more than one. You could give more than one.
Okay.
Okay, so we're getting this. All right, x is 8, y 21. That works. Does anybody have anything contrary? Not contrary, I mean, that is also a solution. That's from Lillian, thank you. Can we have more? If any. Well, actually, she gave like 4. Oh, okay, I'm just saying that. X is 0, y minus 3, correct. X is 1, so we have a bunch of values. Okay, another one coming. This is the last one? That's not the last one. Okay, thank you, Nakita. Thank you, Krista. All right, 0, y minus 3. Good. Whoa. You see what this? Okay, x is 0. This is actually a very smart move, Clarissa. Can you signify if you raise your hand if you used try and error to get this? The first one should be the easiest one. Okay, thank you, Calista. The first one should be the easiest one. Signify if you use try and error to get the values. Did anybody use try and error to get the values, or is there a special technique you have used? I need you to share with the class. Is that yes for try and error, or yes for specific method? Oh, okay, that was about 4 minutes ago actually, so maybe not for this question. Try and error, Leo said try and error, okay, good. Anybody else use try and error? Try and error, okay. And there's a reason. Yes, Lillian, rearrange to make X the subject. Try and error. Lillian, have you considered making Y the subject instead? Because you don't have to divide if you make Y the subject. Try and error, thank you. So this is the reason we must communicate, not just listening and typing, all right? Karen, thank you for that, even though I had to turn my neck. Thanks for making me turn my neck. And I don't like turning my neck. I don't like it. Okay? That's okay, I'm just messing with you. All right, so thank you so much for that. So let's see what we can do. Lillian, I'm going to open the whiteboard now. I need you to write what you think we should do. Yeah, anybody can write on the board, but of course, do not write without permission. So please, are you able to write? Lillian, no. You should be able to. You don't need this pen. You just need your mouse. Okay, never mind. I'll just do it. Does anybody have a touch screen or maybe iPad or anything? Are you using iPad? MacBook? Is it touch screen? Okay. All right, then it might be difficult. Does your MacBook come with a pen? All right, okay, then it will be difficult for you to write. So the best you could do is make sure you unmute your mic next time and talk to me through what you're trying to say, okay? So please, I will prefer that from everybody. Can do remote control. Yeah, but it will be difficult, Leo, you know, dragging the remote to write. Yeah, of course you can do that, but maybe we shouldn't waste time on that. You can do remote control as well, okay. Anyway, so basically we have 8x minus y equals 3. Am I right? So rather than checking x, y, which one works, you can actually make y the subject. So 8x minus 3 is equal to y. So I have y is equal to 8x minus 3. So it looks like you're trying to plot the graph. So just substitute x, y. So when x is 1, what is y? Y is 5. When x is 2, this is 16 minus 3, which is what? 12, 14? No, 16 minus 3, what am I saying? I'm saying nonsense. Okay? When x is 3, 24 minus 3, 21. So these are the solution sets. Okay? When x is 4, okay? That's 24 minus 32 minus that, which is 29. So you have all these values, infinitely many of them. Does everybody get that? Mm-hmm. So that's what Lillian is trying to talk about. So we don't have to suggest or start guessing, you can just make something. It's easier when you have just two variables. It can be complicated if you are not having two variables, okay? For example, in this case, Lillian, how did you go about this? I'm guessing most people use try and error, like they do in the first one, or did anybody have any other way? Try and error again, or there's another way to figure it out. I just needed to share with the class. Someone is thinking. Simultaneous? What do you mean by that? What do you mean simultaneous? I don't know. Can somebody think of the last class that we heard, which we have just reviewed together today, and think of something that could be applicable in this situation? Think of something you could apply in this situation. Anyone, please. Do you divide by 2 first? No, not yet, Leo, not yet. Something we did last time. Look at your notes. It's there. Something I think we could do. Exactly. Think of a parameter. Okay? Think of a parameter. So can you use that parametric approach in your notebook and see how you can generate as many of these as possible? Yeah. Oh, exactly. Think of parameter. I give you 2 minutes, everybody. Come up with a solution set using that parametric approach. 2 minutes.
For the first question.
I'm talking about the second question now, 2B.
No, oh, okay, okay.
First question we've sorted already. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
All right. Think of the parametric stuff we talked about. And send in what you got. Okay, I'm getting responses. Yeah, thank you, Crystal. Yeah, that's the solution set. You don't have to have specific values. You don't have to have specific values. That's all you need. That's the solution set. Okay, so can we go to the third one? Look at what Krista did. This is what you need. That's the solution set. You don't have to have specific value because can somebody, okay, I don't want to say the because part. Can somebody tell me why we don't have to have specific values? We could actually do the same for the first one. It is underspecified. That's not the main reason. Another person, please. Not because it is underspecified, actually. Yes, it is underspecified, but that's not the reason we're expressing it in terms of parameter. Anyone else? I'm waiting. Yes, thank you, Clarissa. Indefinitely, infinitely, that's the word, infinitely, okay? Infinitely many solutions, not indefinitely, because it has infinitely many solutions. So we introduce parametric approach. So can I ask you to do the third one now? Everybody, third one. Okay, I'm seeing Crystal's work. Yes, can we get more, please? Thank you, Brandon. So A, B, Now, you don't bring in C, okay? Mr. B, you don't bring in C. If you have two equations, two variables, you use one parameter. So for three variables, you need maximum of two parameters, okay? So you don't need to bring in equation. Yes, Ms. V, thank you very much. Exactly. So that's a solution set. That's a solution set. Well done, everybody. That's a solution set. Good job, everybody. Thank you, Leo. I just saw yours. Leo, no, sorry. What is this? So you put in, you just made Z the subject. This is not how we talked about solution set. Leo, did you read the stuff that I talked about? I mean the parameter. Can you read your note on parameter, Leo? Yeah, Callista, you did the same. Krista, yes, just came in. Really good. Then this is a problem. Who is this again? That's Krista. Krista C. X shouldn't be here. In your solution set, you shouldn't have the other variable as part of the solution. That's why you have the parameter. Yes, Krista. Yeah, this is okay. Who's this? Is that Karen? No, that's not. Oh yeah, this is Karen. This note doesn't look like Karen. You didn't do OCD on this one? Yeah. Yeah, you were OCD. You can keep denying it. The earlier you recognize that, the better. You accept it, the better. Can see Nakita accepted from day one. Even Lillian accept that. Okay, let's see. We have more. You see, even online, you could still see the OCD in Nakita. All right. So this is good. Yeah, yep. So I need you to tweak number one and write it in parametric form because this is now being specific. Okay? You're writing it in parametric form because there are infinitely many solutions. All right? So I need you to tweak number one and write your solution set in parametric form. Can somebody try that before I say something? Yes. Krista C, I've seen your correction. So now it looks good. Makes sense. Okay? Do you prefer Krista C or you prefer Kai? Anyway, it's making me turn my head again. Oh my God. Can we try to take our picture so it's easier for me? I don't have to turn my neck. Come on, I love my neck, guys. I love my neck. Yep. Someone is saying hello. Intruder. Krista C. All right. Okay, she prefers Krista C, not Kai. Come on, I could try pronounce Kai. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, this makes so much sense. This makes so much sense. Thank you, Krista K. All right. So well done, guys. This is really good. So I need you to tweak in, Nakita. I need you to adjust number one and make sure you express it in parametric form, just like Krista did. And for the rest of you also, those of you that can say number one. Karen, this is you, and you adjust number one, put it in parametric form. I've not seen any other number 1. Just notice this one. Looks like that's not Karen. Okay, now I'm so confused. Don't worry, I'll be all right. Let's see who sent in this. Oh, that was Krista. Okay, she has adjusted it. Is this Krista? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so please adjust question 1 and put it in parametric form. Can somebody tell me why parametric form is better? Now, we know it is infinitely many. So why can't we just say and so on? Why can't I just say X is this, Y is that, X is 2, and maybe just put additional comment and say, put any value of X and Y will also change. Why is it important for us to put parametric? Okay, I just saw another picture from Nakita, so well done. That makes sense. Parametric form, who is this? Krista C. Look at what you just sent in, parametric form. Tell me what is wrong in that picture. I don't want to give you the correction myself. Tell me what is wrong in that last picture you sent in now. It's a general equation. Can you put your response in the Zoom WeChat group, please? But that's not really why. Oh, I think I get what you mean. You are trying to generalize. Yes, that's what she's trying to say. It's more general. It covers all possibilities. Thank you, Vena. That is more of it. But Krista, that's the idea. Well done. Krista K, I mean. Okay, now I have too many Kristas. I'm so confused. That's what I got. All right. Yeah, this is better. So please, Krista C, make sure you are careful next time. When you put something in parametric form, make sure you do not include the variable in question. Okay, let's move on. Let's look at this and tell me your reason. Tell me your reason for number 3. 3A, let's start with 3A. And tell me your reason. Oh yeah, I got your correction, Krista. Well done. Krista C. Okay, that'll be fine, don't worry. Question 3, let's look at it. Decide whether each of the system of linear equations below is consistent or inconsistent and state your reason. Lillian, you wrote inconsistent. You need to be more specific. There are 3 problems. I don't know which one you did first. You have to include a question at least, since I can't hear you. I can only read what you wrote. Okay, she said because there are no solutions. How do you know there are no solutions? Convince us, please. Can you speak to the mic, Lillian? Oh, all right. Next time, find somewhere more quiet. A inconsistent, what's that, Mr. Chang? A inconsistent, or A is inconsistent, is that what you mean? Oh, okay. Dude, I can't hear your voice, so you have to write properly. A is inconsistent because if you use elimination method, nothing is left. Yes, so that's inconsistent. Right. What about B? Does everybody get that explanation for A? About 2-3 people have responded. Okay, Krista Q does not understand. Okay, Ethan, do you want to explain to the class what you meant? Speak to the mic so Krista can hear you.
So for A on the left side, both of the thingies are X plus Y. And the only difference in the two equations is one is 2 and one is 3. So if we try to solve it, one of the easiest way we can do that is using the elimination method. And basically, you could subtract the bottom equation from the top one, and that would leave you with 0 equals -1, which does not make sense.
Exactly.
Or you could also do another equation. You could use the other method, the substitution, where x plus y equals 2, and if you substitute it to the bottom, you can substitute x plus y to 3, or to 2, and 2 equals 3 does not make sense either.
Exactly. Thank you very much for that. Krista, hey, does that make sense now? Yeah, that's the idea. That's the whole idea. So it's just you just solve. What does the word consistent mean? Krista, let's begin with that so you can understand why he did what he did. An equation is consistent, yeah, exactly, if it has a solution. How do you find a solution? Krista, can you turn on your mic and talk to me? If your own brother is not making noise, of course. I'm waiting, please.
When x equals something.
What do you mean by x equals something?
Like x has an answer.
Answer that what? You see, because I'm familiar with your method of work, I know you are telling me the right answer, but I need you to communicate it. Suppose this is an IB paper, you probably need to explain properly so that whoever takes the paper, who does not know anything about a wonderful student called Krista, or named Krista, if I may put it that way, we need to understand what you're trying to communicate, okay? So while I get what you're saying, which is correct, I need you to put it in a proper form. Can you try? I'm happy to help if you cannot. Can you look at your notes? We wrote something about solution. Use those words in your notes. We said something about what a solution meant.
Satisfies the equation.
Exactly, that's the key word. Okay, so it is consistent if it has a solution, at least a solution. A solution will be the values of x and y that satisfy that equation. So how do you find the values of x and y that satisfies that equation? Is to solve simultaneously, like you said, and that's what he has done. So when trying to solve simultaneously, you realize that this doesn't make sense. And you can do that in actually 3 ways. He has used some elimination and substitution. Can somebody think of one other way which we can use to let's say, conclude that this equation is inconsistent? He has tried to solve simultaneously using elimination and substitution. Can somebody think of another way to do it? Preferably talk to me with the mic, please. I want this to look like our normal class. Yes, guys, I'm waiting.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Daniel, yes, when you record the class, I don't think it also records the chat, so I think that's the reason people should talk to.
Oh, so you can't see the chat in the video yesterday?
No, because when I, my online course also uses Zoom for some of the video sessions, and whenever I see the video, they don't show the chat. So
that's true. Yeah. Guys, did you hear that? So we need you to actually talk, please. That's actually true. I'm looking at I'm checking the video now on YouTube to confirm that. I think that's true because I noticed yesterday I tried to review the video from yesterday and I can't actually think of. Oh my goodness, that's true. The chat is not there. The chat is not there. So guys, this is another reason you should speak to the mic. Thank you so much for that. This is another reason you should speak to the mic, because we can't see the chat on the video. Thank you so much for that. All right, so can somebody tell me another way? Draw the lines out. Okay, Lillian said she has a problem with her mic, so I will use the chat for Lillian. And Clarissa, I think, says there's a noise in the background, so we'll accept the chat. For the rest of us who do not have problem with sound in the background, please turn on your mic when trying to answer a question. Okay, thank you. What do you mean by draw the line? You mean plot it? Plot, yeah. Graphical method, yes. So let's see if we plot it. Can you see my graph? Can you see the graph that I'm trying to do? Okay, good. So x plus y equals 3, I think is the first one. Yeah, and the second is x plus y equals 2. So what do you notice here? And how can we claim that even after we plot it, it still is inconsistent? They don't intersect. Yes, they don't intersect. The point of intersection gives that unique solution, but they don't have that, okay? So that is the third way to prove that. What about this? Consistent or inconsistent? B. Thank you, Clarissa, once again for that. They don't intersect comments. All right, quickly. Consistent. Karen, why? Talk to the mic, please.
Because there is a solution.
Because there is a solution. Can you give us that solution?
Oh my God. Sorry, what?
Give us a solution. You said because there is a solution. So give us that solution.
X is 1 over 2.
X is 1 over 2. When you say the solution, it's not just the value of x, Karen. Oh. It has to be both, yes.
Y is 0.
Y is 0. Does that satisfy it, everybody? If y is 0, x is 1 over 2, yes. And we can confirm that graphically. Thank you, Karen. We can confirm that graphically. So let's see. 2x minus y equals, is that 1? Yes. Then 2x plus y equals 1. And you can see the solution right here. Can everybody see my graph? I can see the solution right here. So, okay, if you click on it, so that's 0.5 and 0. Okay, can everybody see this? Yes, thank you. Okay, so let's look at the third one. Third one, please. Is it consistent or inconsistent? Yes, okay. Yes, as in consistent. I don't know. What do you mean, yes? Can I say the word consistent or inconsistent? Mm. Okay, I guess you're still working it out. Okay, we'll give you some time. Consistent. Krista found a solution. Thank you, Krista. Does everybody agree with that? Okay, so we're good. Thank you, Ethan, Akita. All right, good. So let's discuss, we're still using the definitions of terms that we used the last time to solve some problems. So we're not doing anything new yet. We're just trying to build on our previous work using the definition of terms that we learned, okay? And you can see how even more problems can be generated, okay? So let's go to question 4. Now, when there is no, the system of equation is inconsistent, it means there is no solution. And question 4 are inconsistent systems of equation, okay? So let's find the values of m. M is a real number for which 4a is inconsistent. Another way of saying for which it has no solution. So while in the worksheet I said for which the system has no solution, I could give you a test tomorrow and say for which the system is inconsistent. Does that make sense, everybody? So attempt question 4a. It doesn't have to be perfect. Attempt question 4a and let me see what you have. Can you confirm if you heard me? You can raise your hand using the emoji reaction. I can just say yes. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. You can raise his hand, thank you. All right, let's see 4a. Find m for which it has no solution. Just make an attempt. It doesn't have to be perfect. We learn new things every day, so just make an attempt. 4a, just this one. Or maybe I'll just leave it the way it is. All right. Find m for which that system has no solution. If you get stuck, please talk to me. You can post on the group or you can send to me privately. Clarissa, I noticed you sent privately. Are you having problem with the setting or it was intentional? Please let me know. If it is intentional, then of course you can communicate with me privately. I noticed your last response was privately. If it was just an error, please also let me know. You can always change to what in your chat setting, everyone or to specific person. You can actually also communicate with yourself. I believe you have that freedom. I can choose whoever I want to communicate with here. It says to everyone. Okay, now it is to everyone, but initial message was sent to me privately. Just wanted to clarify that with you. Okay, question 4a, quickly. What do we have? Anyone has something? Mr. Nice, I haven't heard from you. You should speak to the mic at some point. Good. Good job. Oh, okay. There are messages on the WeChat. Sorry. Which has been recalled. Okay. Okay, now we have it. I think I did wrong. It's all right. We're just trying. Okay, we're all just trying. Can somebody give us an idea what they think we should do first? Anyone? What he or she thinks we should do first, even if you do not know how to complete it? What would be your starting point? What are you actually looking for? Make Y the subject. That's a good idea. Why are you trying to make Y the subject, Brandy? Is it possible you turn on your mic, please? For the first one, Brandy, is your mic working? Because we won't see your chat in the video. For the first one, oh, mic is not working. All right, okay. No, it's just laptop mic. You don't need any additional mic. Just normal laptop inbuilt mic. Make sure you check it next time. I will need you to talk to me. You said make Y the subject for the first one. You mean for the first question or for the first equation in the first one? Please be specific what you mean by the first one. This is why sometimes when I see facial expression or maybe your voice or whatever, it makes first equation in the first question. Okay, make Y the subject. All right. If you make Y the subject in the first equation of the first one, we're going to be getting Y and substitute. Okay, Krista says substitute. Krista, are you adding to what he said? Can we make the gradient equal? Oh, that's a good point. So that it will be parallel. Okay, let's try that. I have another way, but no, let's try your ways. Let's start with Brandy's approach. Somebody said m is equal to 2. Are you sure? -2. Nice try. Okay, talk to me, anyone who wants to put me through with what they think we should do. Talk me through it. Let's start with Krista. Krista, come online. Mr. K. Karen got -3/4. Karen, you have to explain how you got that. Okay, so let's start with Krista. Krista, are you there?
Yes.
All right, so put me through what you meant by that substitute.
Make Y the subject.
So if I do that, I'm going to be getting Y equals 4x minus 1. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
And so you are substitute into the second one, which is 3x plus my, right? Yeah. Equals 2. Okay, so if we put that, what do we have, people? We have 3x plus m. Let's write it on the board. I'm not saying this is right or wrong. Let's see. Where's my board? All right. Okay, so let's see what this gives us. It's my eraser. We don't need this anymore. We sorted it out already. Just a sec. All right, so according to Krista and Brandy, so Brandy suggests we rearrange, and Krista said that is a good idea. So we rearrange, we get, can everybody see the board? 4x minus 1. If you put in the second equation, sorry, I want to see if everybody sees. Can you see the board, please? Just raise your hand. The second equation is, thank you, Akita, thank you. 3x plus my is equal to 2, yeah? So if you substitute that, you get 3x plus m times 4x minus 1 is equal to 2. So Krista, what do we do next?
Choose a number for x.
So say that again?
Choose a number for x.
No, we don't choose number. When solving the problem, you walk towards it, not just choose a number. Remember that if you choose a number for x, you're already acknowledging that there's a solution. And the idea is for you to get m for which there is no solution. So what do you think we could do? Anyone else? Lady V, can you turn on your mic? Because we can't see your chat in the video. Vena? Oh, okay, construction going on. All right, that's fine. So she said, make m the subject. All right, let's see what that is. Make m the subject. So we have here 3x plus 4mx minus m. If somebody has, okay, if we're making m the subject, then we don't need this step, right? If you think, oh, we don't need to do that, this is what we should do instead of this, please let us know so we don't go too far. If we make m the subject, m 4x minus 1 is equal to 2 minus 3x, m equals 2 minus 3x divided by 4x minus 1. So how does making m the subject help us in this case? I'm not saying you're right or wrong, I'm just going through with what you said. So that's one method. Lillian was, so think about that. So, while you're thinking about that, let's go with what Lillian also said. Let's try that. Maybe we can get something, just maybe, you know. Just a sec. Right. Okay. Okay, this is better. So Lillian said something here earlier. Lillian said, can we make the gradients equal so it is parallel? That's logical, because if it is parallel, we are sure that there is no solution. So for the first one, what is the gradient? So how do we find the gradient? Remember, the equations are 4x I need a bigger screen. 4x minus y equals 1, then 3x plus my equals 2. So how do we go about Lillian's approach? Now, this looks a bit stuck, right? But we can come back to it. I want us to go through all the methods and see, okay, which one is right, which one is wrong, which one will lead to a problem, which one can make us stuck. Let's just, go through with all the problems, all the difficulties. That's how to learn. Then we learn from our mistakes. So if you go by the Lillian's approach here, to find the gradient, we make y the subject. Everybody knows that. So making y the subject, you get 4x minus 1. So the first gradient, I call it m1, is what? Then the second, my equals 2 minus 3x. So y will be 2 over m minus 3x over m. So here the second gradient is what? So what is the first gradient? Four. So what is m2? Minus 3 over m. Yeah, that's correct. So m2 is minus 3 over m. So if they are parallel, that's what Lillian is talking about, that their gradient must be equal, which means 4 must be equal to negative 3 over m. And this implies that 4m is equal to negative 3. And this implies that m is negative 3 over 4. Luckily, that is the answer Karen got. Karen, is this your method? Can you speak to the mic, please?
Yes, basically. Yes.
Basically what?
Basically the same.
That's what you did?
Yes.
All right, good. Thank you so much for that. So that method is actually correct. Now, this method can also be used. Brandy, the only problem is you made the wrong variable the subject. That's the only problem. You made the wrong variable. Okay, I have another trick that I saw before, but I'm not sure if we could use the trick because I don't know if those working counts. Which workings are you talking about, Lillian? This is why the mic will have been used, would have been better. Okay, she's going to send it on WeChat. Oh, you're already using augmented matrix. I wouldn't want us to do that yet. I wouldn't want us to do the augmented matrix yet. Because some people wouldn't understand what this is. So we won't use this yet, okay? But we can do it without, because what you did the augmented matrix is just solving the equation, all right? So it is called what? Now that's elementary row operation using the augmented matrix. That is something we are still going to do later in the course of the teaching, okay? Yeah, so then in that case, this method can be used. But nice try, well done. That's really good. That's really good. Okay, so for this method used by Brandy, the only problem was he suggested making the wrong variable the subject of the formula. Okay, so from your 4x minus y, Brandy, are you with me? From your 4x minus y is equal to 1. Rather than making x the subject, make y the subject. No, rather than making y the subject, make x the subject. If you make x the subject, this implies that 4x is equal to 1 plus y, and this implies that x is equal to 1 plus y divided by 4. Yes? So if you put that in the second equation, 3x plus my is equal to 2 will imply that 3 times 1 plus y divided by 4 plus my is equal to 2. Okay, and if I multiply all through by 4, 3, 1 plus y plus 4my is equal to 8. Does that make sense so far? Please raise your hand or just signify. So that will be 3 plus 3y, thank you, plus 4my is equal to 8. And this implies 3, actually I can now factorize y brackets. Okay, before then, you know, I always tell you not to skip steps, so I don't want to be the one breaking the rule. So 3y plus 4my is equal to 8 minus 3, which is 5. So this implies that y is, into bracket that, is equal to 5. So y will be 5 all over 3 plus 4y. Now, why is this important? Remember, inconsistent means no solution. No solution means this does not exist. When is a fraction, when do we say a fraction does not exist? A fraction, does anybody know? Raise your hand, please. When do we say a fraction does not exist? Anyone? Undefined fractions. Exactly. A fraction is undefined when the denominator is 0. Or a fraction does not exist when the denominator is 0. Okay? Okay. So I'm going to write it so you can put it in your notes. A fraction x over y is undefined or does not exist. Does not exist if denominator is 0. Okay, so if you use that technique in the problem we are solving right now, remember we said it has no solution. It has no solution simply means y does not exist. So if y does not exist, what happens if 3 plus 4m, sorry, not y, this is m. Somebody should have told me I was writing nonsense. Maybe I didn't get enough sleep. That's what Callista was saying. Like, oh, Mr. Daniel didn't get enough sleep. So I said it myself. I said it first. So from here now, m will be negative 3 over 4 if you solve it properly. And you can see we still got the same result. Please confirm if you understand that. Hello? Okay. Understood. Perfect. Okay. Now, this is a very long way to do it. We don't have to go through all that. We don't have to go through all this. Look, 4x minus y is equal to 1. Yes. 3x plus my is equal to 2. You can use the elimination. So my question will be to you all, what variable do we eliminate in this case? What variable do we eliminate? Yes, we eliminate x because we need to have a construction on y. Why do we need to focus on y, please? Because it has m as coefficient, exactly. So to eliminate x, you can use times 3, right? Times 4. This is easier than the substitution. I only did the substitution to go through with Brande's approach, okay? Because that's a good approach. The only thing is it was focusing on the wrong variable, okay? So here also, I could make the same mistake by focusing on the wrong variable. Do you understand? So if I eliminate this, I'm going to be getting times 3 times 4. This would be 12, right? Yes. 12x minus 3y is equal to 3. Then 12x plus 4my is equal to 8. So if I do equation 2 minus equation 1, so I'm subtracting upward, okay? I'm subtracting upward now. Because I want to avoid minus. I'm just being lazy. I want to avoid minus. So I have 4my minus 3y, and I have 8 minus 3. I only wrote it in detail, so it is clearer to us. So 4my plus 3y is equal to 5. Can you see? We're going back to the old stuff. Y bracket 4m plus 3 is equal to 5. Does that make sense, everyone? So y is equal to 5 divided by 4m plus 3. So you see, then you say, oh, since it has no solution, okay, since it has no solution. That's how you write it. Since it has no solution, then writing is horrible. Sorry. Then 5 over 4m plus 3 does not exist. Is it that you say does not exist or you say is undefined? Take note of these keywords, and that implies, so it's an implication now. The implication of this is that 4m plus 3 must be equal to 0, and the implication is 4m is equal to negative 3, which implies that m is negative 3 over 4. Does that make sense, everyone? Yeah. I think we may not need to eliminate x. Can we try to eliminate y? Do you think it's possible, anyone? Anyone? Do you think it's possible? Multiply first equation by m. Yes, Lilia, that's it. And this one by 1. So if you multiply this by m, maybe I go to the next one. 4x. I'm showing you all this so that when you are solving yours, you know there are tons of ways to go about it. You are not restricted to just one. Is equal to what? Is equal to 2. So if you multiply by m, you multiply by 1. So multiplying this by m gives 4mx minus my equals m. And this is 3x plus my equals 2. And now you can add. If you add the two equations, this is gone. And this is 4mx plus 3x is equal to m plus 2. So x 4m plus 3 equals m plus 2. Then x is equal to m plus 2 equals 4m divided by that. Okay. And so it will be, since there is no solution, since there exists no solution, okay, since there exists no solution, then x does not exist, right? Instead of saying x, I put it as that fraction. Then m plus 2 divided by 4m plus 3 does not exist. Instead of saying does not exist, what can I say? It's undefined, thank you. Or is undefined. One word, undefined. And that implies 4m plus 3 is equal to 0, and the rest follows. M remains minus 3 over 4 again. So these are the ways you can go about it. Does that make sense, everyone? All right, so now that we have that, let's attempt question 2. No, B and C. All right, I give it 10 minutes, B and C. Send in your work through WeChat. Lillian, I got your work. Well done. Crystal. Oh, a lot of work are in. Oh, that's not Lillian. That's Nakita. Sorry. Nakita, I got your work. Okay. Is Vena now OCD, sticking in papers? You OCD people. Good job so far. I've seen 4 responses. Mr. Chang, do you want to look at the last line of your solution? Looks like everything makes sense up to the last, except the last one. It's like getting 99.5% of the total point. Just the last one. Please take note of that. Every other thing makes sense. Yeah. Who is this OCD? Mr. Brandy. Since X does not exist, yes, perfect. Wait, I think I did wrong. No, you did not. You got the answer right. I can look through it again from the beginning. We multiply by 2 so as to eliminate y. Then you get 14, that's okay. Oh, wait, what? Yeah, okay. All right. So Brandon, you did that. Okay, custom. Lillian, do you want to check your numerator? It's not meant to be 7, even though you got the answer right. You check your numerator, it's not meant to be 7. This substitution method is too long. Who did substitution method? Callista, I think that's you, right? Yeah, you fine, you got it right, but you don't need this. It's too long and it leads to unnecessary error. Callista, can you take notes? If you have a problem with substitute elimination method, please let me know. Mr. Chen, your correction has been noted. Lillian, okay, let's see. Okay, that's the third one. I'm still looking at the second one. Since it has no solution, then that does not exist. Crystal, Crystal. I can't see the comments here. If you can see the cursor on the screen, I can't see the cursor, the comments here. This part, what do you have there? So since it has no solution, then this does not exist. Do you mean or is undefined? You're supposed to pick one of them. I just said write it in two. I just wrote it in two different ways, but don't use both of them, okay? And then your comment should be after this, not before this. So you wrote x bracket blah, blah, blah equals 12. Since it has no solution, then x is equal to then. So it doesn't really make sense writing that way. So after this comes your comment on a line or on the same line with this can be allowed immediately after this, but not here. Krista, do you understand that? Okay, good. All right, every other thing looks perfect. Okay, well done. I'm looking through the solution one by one, so bear with me if I haven't looked at yours. Okay, correction noticed, Lillian, well done. Leo, okay. Good job, Leo. Clarissa, let's see. Yeah, well done. Since x has no solution, then what? Tell me how you got m minus 14, Clarissa. Leo, I see your hands up. Just a minute. Let me sort this with Clarissa first. Clarissa, can you talk to me, please? This part is not so convincing. Fine, we know what you did. Since x has no solution, then this is 0. Can you add the additional comment? Since x has no solution, no, not since x has no solution. Since the equation has no solution, okay? Or since x does not exist, okay? Since the equation has no solution, then that fraction does not exist, okay? Something like that. So please, since the equation, that means the system, we can say since the system has no solution, then the fraction does not exist, and that is what implies that m minus 14 is 0, not just jump into that, okay? So please take note of that. Leo, I'll look at your work now. Karen, I'll check your work after Leo. I need help, I'm still, good job. I'm talking about the ones you submitted. I'm talking about this, Leo. It's good job so far, yes. So what do you do from here? Look at my example. Since it has no solution, look at my example. Let me take you back to the board. Leo, come with me. Come with me to the board. Look at that. So you are here now. This is where you are. Since there is no solution, then this fraction does not exist. Or you can say then this fraction is undefined, and that implies this, and you continue. Does that make sense, Leo? So this is where you are currently. Okay, so try it now and send me what you think. All right, let's go back to the WeChat. Okay, so Karen, I'll look at your work now. See if we can maximize that. Why does this thing keep stopping me? All right. Okay, sharing. Let's see. Since there is no solution, no, 14 minus m is not the undefined. It's the whole fraction that is undefined. We do not say that number is undefined. Every number is defined, okay? It is a fraction that may be undefined. Karen, did you hear that? Okay, so the undefined is associated with a fraction, not a number. So since that happened, 12 over that is undefined, which implies that is equal to 0. Okay, and I will say you just stick to 14 minus m equals, or instead of m minus 14, stick to 1. Okay, because we are connecting it. Okay, fine, you have applied some skills to do this, so we know that, but just follow through what you have already. Okay, so correct that and send it back to me. Nakita, I'm checking your work now. Okay, that should be the third one. Okay, I'll come check the third one later. Clarissa, let's see. Since the system has no solution, then this does not exist. Good. Perfect, perfect. Now that is it, Clarissa. Well done. Uh-oh, how did I close my WeChat? Okay, we're back. So Lillian, I'm going to go through the third one now. You studied that earlier. This is Nakita. Lillian submitted earlier. Where is it? We're going to go very soon. Good. Okay, so let's see. It leads to quadratic. Good job. So it's the same process. It's the same process. Well done. Let's see. Nakita, did you get the same thing? Wait, I thought Nakita submitted. Did you recall your message? No? So where is it? Okay, got it. Sorry. Okay, now we have this. Okay. Nakita, this last step is too short for me. Okay? It's too short. This is a quadratic equation. I need you to solve it step by step and send it back. Well done, but the answer is correct. Vena, I'm checking your work now. Again, M bracket this is not undefined. Can everybody please get that? When you're talking about undefined, I think you made the same mistake in the first one, and I didn't see that before you proceeded. Vena, can you talk to me? Hi, is your mic working? Construction, okay, that's fine. But do you get my message? When we talk about undefined, you are talking about a fraction, not a number. Undefined means does not exist. Like infinity, okay? You can't say this number is infinity. Infinity is a concept to imagine the largest number possible, which does not exist. It's like saying the space, even though the space exists according to the astronauts. I've never been there. Okay, so when we talk about undefined, you're talking about something that does not exist. You cannot say 5 is undefined. 5 is defined. That is why we know it is 5. That is why if you square it, I know what it will give me. That is why if I divide it by 2, I know what it will be. Okay, it's not an empty space. So a number, and you can see your denominator, m brackets, m minus 1 minus 6, or in the first case, m minus 14 is a number. M is a real number. So m minus 14 is also in R, and that exists. So the definition I gave you is on fraction. A fraction is undefined if the denominator is 0. That's why when you press in your calculator, anything divided by 0, you see error. That is what we are saying. That means the number you are trying to get is undefined. Okay? The number you're trying to get is undefined. That's what we are talking about. Okay? So please take note of that. A fraction is undefined when denominator is 0, not the other way around. So please correct that and send it back to me. Every other thing looks okay except that comment, since there is no solution. And also, your there exists, your slash is in the opposite direction. Come to the board. Come to the board with me. So when you write, this is there exists, yes? When you say there does not exist, it's this way, not this one. I noticed some of you use this. This is wrong. This is the actual symbol, okay? So this is there exists, this is there does not exist. Does everybody get that? So please, I know we are new in this, you know, we are getting more mature day by day. So for this for example, I'll go back to this slide now. So in this case, for example, you say since the solution, since there exists no solution, should not be written this way, apart from the undefined fraction that is an error. Okay, I've seen other responses. I'm checking them now. Krista, Kai, good. All right. Since there is no solution, that does not exist. This is correct. Well done. Who is this? Callista. Callista, I asked you to correct one at first. Did you correct it? Or was it not in this problem exercise? Let's see. I'm looking at your workings now. Looks kind of complicated. All right. So you multiply by m, then you multiply by 2. What do you do after that? Do you want to check this again? Wait, okay, I'll check it, I'll check it. When you multiply by m, you got this. The idea is to eliminate one variable. So good, okay. So you eliminated y. Then you have x. Okay. So this is m minus 22. All right, great. Then you have that. Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. I don't know. It looks kind of complicated at first. Okay, so Nakita, I'm checking that again. You've added the missing steps. Well done. Who else? Is that Krista? That was Krista, not Nakita. Nakita also, good. Okay, this is much better now. Okay, the solution is more detailed now. Well done, everybody. Well done. What else? I think everybody got it. Is anyone stuck in either question 1 or 2? Mr. Chang, are you there? Did you finish both exercise? Doing C. All right, great. Okay, something came in. Let's see. Very messy. That's okay, as long as it's correct. Let's see. Good. Yeah, it's correct. So just make sure you organize it proper next time. Callista, can you hear me? Talk to me, please.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to look at what Brandy did. I need you to learn something from here. I know you are trying to show me all the details. However, after you multiply by m and 2 and you subtract, Okay, look at this step. Can you see this?
Mm-hmm.
After you subtract, you don't have to show 2my minus 2my in this step.
Oh, okay.
You're allowed to just cross it out, imaginary crossing, I mean, or you could just use your pencil across the pen, okay, and just write what is left, okay?
Okay.
And Mr. Brandy, can you hear me, sir? Brandy? Good, okay. So you subtracted, I believe you did this equation minus this equation. If that is what you have done, your left-hand side makes so much sense, which is this minus 6. That's correct. But on your right-hand side, you have this minus this. There's no consistency here, and you should have consistency, okay? Even though your answer is not wrong because it's not affecting your final solution, because your final, the final stuff you need is the denominator. You are concerned, you're actually making use of denominator in the final step of your solution. That's why it's not affecting your result. But when grading, this will affect some points, okay? So you want to take notes of that. Clarissa, your work came in. I'm checking now. Good job, good job. Since the system has no solution, then the word then is missing. Then this is undefined. Okay. Oh, since Clarissa did her work, then I'm going to give her a good grade. I can't just say, since Clarissa did her work, I give a good grade. You want to use some of these, it's just the way you write them, but we get the message. Okay. Clarissa, did you hear that? Yes, Brand, it should be minus n minus 22, not the other way around. Okay, good job, Clarissa. So put the word then here. Can you see the cursor? Can you see the cursor? Hey, Clary, good. All right. So you have that, and perfect. Good job, everybody. It's 4 o'clock. Okay, now she did that, so I'm going to check that. Well done, that's it. And that is undefined, which implies this. This is very good, wonderful. All of you, wonderful, well done. So I think everybody has made some attempts. Leo, I'm checking. Leo, what happened to the solution? Leo, the first and the second picture you sent are the same. Okay, it's kind of incomplete. Since there's no solution, this is undefined, which implies what? This is not complete. Leo, talk to me. If you have any question, let's sort it now before we leave. So guys, I might add more to that part of the worksheet. Let's see. Okay, let's see what I have in my worksheet and see if I can add something like homework. Oh, all the questions even in my other book, you guys have already solved them. I believe you have some work to do given by other teachers. So I'm not going to give you homework. Once we come here, we'll practice. So I won't give you homework until I sort all the worksheets, until I complete the question bank. Then you can use any additional question you see. So far, can you guys hear me? Okay, good. Okay, Karen, I just saw your work. Okay, good job, Karen. Since there isn't a solution, this is undefined, which implies this. Since there isn't a solution, this is undefined, which implies that. Well done, Karen. Well done. Good. So I just want to do a quick recap. So far, we're able to treat why what is wrong in this being linear, how to find solution sets which involve parametric parameters being introduced, We also talked about when is something consistent or inconsistent, okay? And we were able to find these parameters for which this has no solution. So when we come tomorrow, we will be discussing when we have a unique solution, when we have infinitely many solutions. Actually, I think I'll give you this as homework, but not the first part, okay? Forget about the first part. Augmented matrix. Just decide, just think about, is this underspecified or overspecified? You don't have to do it, don't worry, okay? You don't have to do it. So we will talk about that tomorrow. So we will begin from this section tomorrow, when it has unique solution and when it has infinitely many solutions. Then we will discuss augmented matrix. Lillian sent a solution earlier, and I told her augmented matrix. So this is what she's tried to do. And that's where we are going. We're going to elementary row operation, but we'll get to elementary row operation after we're able to write as augmented matrices, okay? Very sweet stuff. Then we use that for a 2x2 equation, and we also use it for 3x3 equation. The question bank is work in progress. By tomorrow, I will make sure. I started as early as before we went on break. But trust me, I was just busy resting in the US. Sorry about that. So I should have completed it. So I'll get to it now. Because I know this is going to take about 1 or 2 weeks. But since we are spending much time online, I don't think we need 2 weeks. Within a week, we should be done with the entire stuff. Okay? Any questions from anyone? Any last minute comments? Suggestions? Clarifications? Nope. I just saw you know. Can I get a response from the rest? Okay. All right. Since there are no questions, Leo, can you please let me know? So you may leave the classroom. If you have no question, just say bye to the class. Leo, did you get what to do? Thank you, Vena. Bye, Vena. Bye, Lillian. Bye, Leo. Bye. Okay, no, bye, Leo. Bye, Karen. Bye, Ethan. Bye, Callista. Callista. Is that how to spell bye? Bye, Nakita. Bye, Krista. Leo, come back here. Don't go yet. Talk to me, Leo. I need to see your work. You didn't complete it. So what do we do? Yes. Did I say bye to everybody yet? I think so. Okay, I'll say it again. Bye, Vena. Bye, Brandy. Bye, Lillian. Bye, Leo. No, bye, Leo. Bye, Clarissa. Bye, Karen. Bye, Ethan. Bye, Callista. Bye, Nakita. Bye, Krista. Okay, I sent it in the chat. But it's not complete. That's the problem. Can you still see my screen? You and I are the only one in the room now. Can you still see my screen? This is what I see. Is this what you sent? Oh, okay. In the chat. Oh, okay. I couldn't see the chat. Oh, okay. Just send this picture like everybody did next time, all right? And get a working mic so you can walk me through your solutions, okay? Okay, now you can go. Bye, Leo. All right, see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Bye. Okay. Whew. Let's end the meeting. Dun, 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 dun.